Hey everyone, this is Chris from StrategyBeam, and today we're going to continue our quest to look at various apartment websites to point out some opportunities for improvement, as well as what we like, what we don't like, and everything in between. Right now we're going to take a look at NorthBridge at Millenia Lake. This is kind of a higher end apartment complex and townhome for rental properties here in Orlando, which is by where my wife and I live. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. Starting in the top left, we see that there's a phone number. It doesn't really stand out. I'd recommend making that a little bit bigger and also changing up the color of that content, because you really want the phone number and the apply now to be the most visible, because that is the ultimate goal of your website, is to get people to either click and schedule a tour or to call and actually have that one-on-one communication. The next thing that I noticed are the social icons up here. I think that those would be best to be moved because you don't want people clicking off of your website to go check those out right now. That's a little bit later in the process. You really want to minimize any links near the top of a page or near the most valuable parts of your page, unless that actually fulfills your business goals. Going down, this is the first website that we've seen so far that has a left-hand navigation. I kind of go both ways on this. I'm more traditional, so I like to have the navigation at the top because I think that's where most people are used to it. It also tends to look best on mobile, but it's not a terrible idea here, so we'll kind of breeze past that. One thing that stands out to me is this scrolling background carousel. Just as a general rule of thumb, you never want to have changing images that are behind text. This is because the text is going to be static, and that's really, this $500 off rent today is the main call to action or the main message that this apartment wants to portray and promote. However, this changing background really draws the eye to a number of things. Like now you have a couch and a lamp at the bottom right. Then with the next one, you suddenly have a table and doors and stuff. So the lines of symmetry, the drawing your eyes all around are a little bit wonky at best. But going down, I really like this move in and search. That's kind of like cuts right to the point. It's like, hey, we're not going to BS you. Like, when do you want to move in? So we could actually see if you're even qualified to keep looking at our site. As we continue to go down, it goes all of a sudden to a 3-column design. You can see 1, 2, 3. Not a big fan of that because I think it squishes the more important stuff. So on the left-hand side, again, there's select date, which is pretty cool. I don't like that this is scrolling, and also these are not clickable. You really want to minimize any movement on your site, especially when you're using a 3-column design, because everything is already squished. But I do like that they have the learn more, and at the bottom left of the screen you can see that it's going to go to the amenities page, and we'll take a look at that in a little bit. One big option for improvement here is if you even wanted to keep this column and take this away, I would recommend making this a 2/3 column layout. So combining this part here with this section here, and this will allow you to really build out your content. I would also swap it with this, so this column over here and then 2/3 here. That's a little bit more advanced. And the reason why I recommend that is because this is one big block of text. And it looks pretty bad on my desktop, and I have a large screen, and it's going to look even worse on mobile. Also, you want to keep every paragraph about 2 to 3 sentences. Right now this one looks to be about 10 or something like that. What that's going to do is allow you to break out the text so that it's going to really pronunciate the more important things, and also optimize this content. I would go ahead and bold this right here. I would use these H2 tags as a little bit more opportunity, and also you could build it out. If you had a 2/3, you'd have twice as much room, so you could include pictures, and also interlinking is pretty big here. So convenient services, I would maybe link that to another page so that it really helps people kind of moving through your site. But especially here, like here you would have a paragraph break, and then array of amenities would be a great link to have to your amenities page. And there's also seems to be quite a bit of wasted space on this page. I mean, right here, this is all cosmetic. If you look at this, like that's a large portion of your screen, which is just for a lifestyle kind of atmospheric shot. We want to always include CTAs throughout the site, and that's or throughout the pages, and that's one thing that we're going to notice a lot with this site is that just going down, there's really nowhere to click to find additional information about applying, about opportunities, about who to call. So the best way to do that is just make this band. This is called a band right here. It's a row, and make that a solid color with a white button, or you could have the same image but put a higher, black or gray on top of it so it stands out a little bit less. Then have a button that just goes to your apply now, and that's with some text that says, hey, now it's time to move forward or something like that. Going down, I love that they have a blog, but the one thing that worries me is that it doesn't show what's important, and also there's like one here. So you should have a blog section on your apartments because you want to start bringing in qualified leads from by understanding the needs of your target audience. So for example, if you're near a college campus, you could start talking about study habits, how to save money, first time, roommates, how to be a great roommate, stuff like that. And if that's what people are searching for just through keyword research, you could drive them to your site, and then it's likely that if you're targeting the right people, that those people need to have an apartment from you. And this is also a great place to kind of build email list as well as engagement and stuff like that, and get a better online presence with social media, which just continues to drive traffic. So what I'd recommend here is talking about what the benefits are, and then also maybe have like 3 or 4 of the most recent blog posts, but with images, and then like a short title, maybe a little excerpt or something. But right here, advice for daily walks, it's kind of a wasted space, so I'd recommend improving that. And here you have a very, very large row which is really just dead space right now. So those are some things that we can improve on the homepage, and these are just ideas for the homepage that should be carried out across the whole site. The next biggest one that we're going to look at, the 3 big pages, are amenities, gallery, and floor plan. But for right now, let's just go ahead and look at amenities. This is where people are most likely going to go, and you should look at this in your analytics to figure out what pages, if you need to prioritize money and resources, what pages you should work on first. But the floor plans, gallery, and amenities tend to be the highest traffic. So when someone goes to your amenities page, they want to learn about the lifestyle and about the benefits and the convenience that your property offers them. So going down the site here, we don't never have a full image in the background. It's very disorienting. It's very jarring, especially as you're like scrolling down. You almost get motion sickness in a sense. The biggest thing here is your amenities always have to show value, like saving time or saving money. So if you have a pool at your apartment, you're going to be saving money because now you don't have to drive to a pool, drive to the beaches. You don't have to get the kids in the car, figure out when you could go with your spouse, or your significant other. And that's something that just isn't here right now. So is an amenity really move-in made easy with our digital Waterton concierge? That doesn't mean anything to me. Right now, especially if the purpose of your website is supposed to be getting new users or new audience to convert, you need to be showing them exactly what you could get them. Car care center, awesome. We accept packages, that's great. Private walk path to Millenia Mall, that's really cool too. And 2 resort inspired pools, that's great copy. But in order to see it, you need to click on it. And also there's no CTAs here. So what I recommend is instead of just having a bullet list like you're going to the grocery store, actually make this an experience, because this is a pretty high-end, expensive rental property that I know firsthand, and it does not promote that as much as possible. So I would take out the sidebar. You don't need to have all this stuff here because it just limits your ability to grow, and it should be broken out with an H2 tag, like H1 is amenities, or Millenia at the Lakes amenities, and then underneath that is outdoor amenities, convenient amenities, and then something else or whatever, indoor amenities, whatever it is. And with pictures and also those CTA bands that we were talking about, where you have that button so people could go ahead and apply or call you. And as you just keep going down, apartment amenities, that's pretty cool that it's broken out like that. But again, you need to click on this, and that's pretty difficult on mobile. So instead of that, they could really do a lot better job with building this out. And at the bottom of every page, you always want to have a call to action so that people can go ahead and take action to move on. So we're going to scroll up here, took a look at the amenities. Let's look at the gallery page. I don't think that people need to actually click through this because that's really difficult on mobile. And I bet you that about 55 to 60% of traffic comes through here on mobile, especially if you're out searching for apartments. You need to be looking on mobile. And also, this is wasted opportunity that we need to have everything indexed by Google. So there should be keywords like best, apartments near Millenia Mall, Millenia Lake apartments, rental apartments, Central Florida, whatever it might be. Optimizing that across every page, and then having a set of keywords per page based on the needs of your audience and the goals of the business. And right here, this is just not enough. And really, the apartments near Millenia Mall might need to be more of a location base. This one needs to be talking about the pools, the experience, the luxury, things of that nature. So I hope that makes sense. And this was actually the first website that I found that had a video. So if we click on it, I'm going to turn down the volume really quick because I don't want to hurt your ears. So we'll just look at this really quick. I'll just kind of cut through it. Pretty interesting, like dance music, I guess. But one thing that I saw here, let me just see if I can. Going just through here is that they have like all these great videos with these still images in a bowling alley. I didn't see that bowling alley anywhere. So they need to definitely improve on that with the overall experience and the description, and have a lot better click-through. So from the amenities, it should go to your photo gallery, which should go to your floor plans, which should go to your apply now. And you have control over that, which is just not being taken advantage of here. And finally, let's look at the floor plans. Sorry for having to cut out that awesome video. As we go down, this is too squished. You need to be thinking with breaking it out a little bit more. This is not, it's cool that they have like specials and stuff like that, but they need to have these built out more, and these should be 3D models. You should always have 3D models on your apartment website. That's just the way you need to go, because 2D looks very cheap and it's not great packaging. I like this here, only one left, great sense of urgency. But just going down, we just see like down here we have like an H2 tag, but again, there's no phone number. We don't need this right hand sidebar. You don't need to have a pet policy on every single page. You could have it on specific pages, for example. So let's just randomly click here. It opens up, date you want to move in. It should have pet policy here. You don't need to have that on this sidebar at every page because it's really not adding much value. It's actually detracting because you always want to remove any content that's not specifically running towards your goal. So there you have it, guys. We just looked over the NorthBridge at Millenia Lake. Looked at a number of things such as the design aspects, the amenities with call to actions, being more descriptive, formatting content, and then also utilizing a little bit more advanced design tactics to break up the content and make it easier to consume, not only on desktop but mobile. So if you like the video, please give a like, comment, and subscribe. Also share it with your friends because that helps us out a lot. And we look forward to working with you on the next apartment website breakdown and just looking at different ways that we can apply some basic website design and copywriting and content marketing and SEO marketing to apartment websites that you can use for your business or any other industry. So thanks a lot, guys, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.